Wake up, Jacob. Israelite Prepper here. Thank you, one and all. Shalom, shalom, one and all. Shabbat shalom, family. How are you guys doing? How's it going? I'm gonna wait just a couple minutes, let you guys kind of get into the chat there. And if you don't mind, if you will, go ahead and let a couple people know. Share, tell them, hey, Israelite Prepper's on, and I appreciate it. And since we're on it, like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss out on any of the content. I am very, very glad that you guys are joining me. I'm trying to get in here on the on there. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Appreciate it. Let's see here. I'm trying to get to. Let's see what we got here. All right. Okay. Cool. Cool. I got that. 100. Thank you. Appreciate it. You hear me just fine. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, brother. Trez Thompson. Did I say that right? Trez or Trees? It's two E's. So is it Trez or Trees? Thompson. Lacey is in the building. Lacey from the Ozarks. Shabbat Shalom, Grant Hill. Grant Hill is in the house. Tree. Okay, tree. What is it? Trees. Okay, got it. Got it. I wanted to make sure. Appreciate it. Good looking out. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right. I'm just taking my time. I just want to, give people time to get in. But yeah, you'll just let people know. Shalom, shalom, Lynn. Shalom. Appreciate it. M4 Johnny, the man, the myth, the legend. Shalom, shalom. How is it going? How's it going? Misty Rose Lou. Blessings to you and your household. Blessings, blessings. Appreciate it. Let some of you guys get in there. I love it. I love it. Okay. M4 Johnny. There you go. Love it. Appreciate it. Let a couple people know. Say, hey, here's like Pepper's on. Let's get in the chat. Talk. Let's chop it up a little bit. We're gonna talk a little bit about some homesteading. And actually, it's an article, so I'm not going to be going out in the field right now and saying, showing you this is how you grow this is how you check the pH of your soil. I'm not getting into that yet because I'm not on my land just yet. But I did see an interesting article, and I believe Brother Burdett shared it. And I said, you know what, I'm going to talk about that a little bit. Talk a little bit about some homesteading or whatever that we're all doing. And how's everybody doing on this fine Shabbat? I hope everyone is doing great. Hope everybody had a good week. Had a good, blessed week. And I don't know about you guys, but for me, it seems like this year is, 2020, right? And we are right smack in the middle of, the second month, right? In the month of February. Not of the Hebrew calendar, of course, still the end. This is like the 11th, 12th month in the Hebrew calendar. But anyway, it is just going by fast on this Gregorian Roman calendar. It's just, 2020, before you know it, it's gonna, I think 2019 went by quick, if you ask me. But I think it's speeding through, man. All right. Oh, really? Okay. Trees, Thompson, the asteroids that's hitting, and the big one that's supposed to pass and hit Russia today. I didn't read anything about that, but I gotta look into that. I didn't hear anything about it, but I'll definitely look it up. I will look it up and check it out. Let's see what we have. Okay. I'm not, you know me, guys. I'm not gonna take up a whole lot of your time. We're just gonna talk about it, see what you guys are doing in the chat. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. But if you guys have, any comments or anything, put them in there, in below, and then we'll address it as we go by. But this article actually came out last month. I'm gonna show it to you real quick. That article came out last month. Okay, talking about people heading for the hills. Right, it is about to go down. All right, so at least that's what they think. Right, and we got a lot of people, a lot of brothers. They reach out to me. I like to talk to them. They're looking for land, trying to buy land, want to do homesteading, want to come out, thinking about buying a trailer. different things like that. That's what's going on, right? And then Brother David shared this article here, and I started reading it. And I was like, So this is going to answer some questions because land's getting snapped up so fast. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's just getting snapped up. So I just want to share that real quick. The title is Homesteaders. It's a catastrophists run for the hills to flee U.S. uncertainty, right? So we're going to look at a little bit by little. It says survivalists who fear a looming urban catastrophe are swapping city life for a fresh start off grid and far from civilization. Right? So that's what's going on there. Okay. It's written over in Washington. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm mumbling on my breath like I'm Popeye. So it says cheap housing, deep unease, and intense resilience. All forces that are driving a clutch of Americans to swap city life for a fresh start off grid and far from civilization. Some are survivalists, among them high flyers who fear a looming urban catastrophe and the mayhem that might follow. Others want a greener, gentler life, untainted by the malign forces of capitalism and uncertainty of mainstream politics. Okay? Shalom, shalom, Frank Stockton. Glad you guys can join. Appreciate it. Don't take it as a light thing at all. Like I said, hit that notification button, like, share, and comment. We like to build, we like to build, we like to talk about different things. Enlighten one, shalom, shalom, mishpachah, shalom, family. Okay, it says, other want a greener, gentler life, untainted by the malign forces of capitalism and uncertainty of mainstream politics. Whichever camps, realtors say the new dropouts are not crackpots and often include an affluent professionals who run for the hills has boosted rural land values and started to change their property market. So that is what's going on. I mean, I've been talking to some brothers and they've been talking about, man, I look at a piece of land and 2-3 days later, boom, it's gone. We're noticing that a lot of land prices and land values, are going up. Even out here in Arizona, there are people, they're snapping up land because actually, land's pretty cheap in Arizona. So, it is what it is. A lot of places it's really cheap. It has its challenges, but they're not making more of it, guys. They're not making more land. So in case you guys are wondering, why lands are getting snapped up so fast, well, because more and more people are starting to say, you know what, I'm going rural, I'm going off grid, I'm going into the country, and that's what's going on. That's what's going on, and you're getting it from the realtors themselves. You're getting it from the people who sell real estate, right? So their finger is on the pulse now, and it's not just people with tinfoil hats on their head. I mean, affluent people are starting to do it. They're like, hey, I'm going off grid. I mean, if you guys remember the Minnesota ex-governor, Jesse Ventura or whatever, lives off grid, and he says he loves it. Okay, that's what he does. Okay, so you have here's a quote. I've had hedge fund managers and billionaires that have made purchases, and they all have concerns about the direction of the economy and social stability, said Johnny Haynes, president of Retreat Realty in North Carolina. Okay, we're on that upward trend, he said. Inventory of on the market is tighter. Okay, it's getting tighter. Haynes has worked in real estate for decades. Okay, so this is a real estate investor. Okay, he changed. He has a real estate company and he's specialized in selling, rural land. And he's just saying, man, I got hedge fund managers, I got billionaires. They're all just buying up land because they feel like something's about to go down. It's like when we talked about other in other blogs, we were talking about follow the money, look at where gold and silver is going, and I'm talking about countries who are buying it. Like we saw China buy gold, actual gold, real gold by the ton. We'll take 2 tons. Buying it by the truckloads, buying it by the ton. And you got to ask yourself, well, why? What's going on? And when you understand economics, you understand that money, currency was backed. Okay, is backed by gold, precious commodities is backed by that, then you'll understand what's going on. Okay, it's a power grab. Now I know our money is fiat, which means it's not backed by anything. I get that, But that's the problem. When money is on a gold standard, hey, that particular currency is stronger. It's a strong currency. But if it's not backed by anything, it's pretty much the same paper you clean yourself with, okay, in the restroom. So it's just, let's just keep it like that. Okay, it says about 4 years ago, he rebranded his company to pitch property to a new and growing breed of buyer, those motivated by concerns about social stability. Okay, see, he saw it and he's like, yeah, I'm specialized in selling prepper property. Okay, he had a record year in 2019 and was busy in the run up to the 2016 election when Donald Trump came to power. Quote, I'm sensing that again, he said. People get uncertain and they start making decisions on the political environment and what they anticipate. So I think 2020 will be a good year for my business. Okay, so he's saying 2020 is going to be a good year. J Car 3, what's going on? Shabbat Shalom, brother. Smash that notification bell. Smash it, smash it, smash it. Let everybody know. Tell them to meet you on Israelite Prepper. That's all you got to do. Tell them to meet you here. Smash that notification bell, like, comment, subscribe. Awesome, guys. And so he says, I think 2020 will be a good year for my business. Okay, so you talking about this realtor. He's saying 2020, the last 4 years, and especially 2019, was great for my business. I think that 2020 is going to be great because of social unrest and uncertainty and things like that. And when you're in business, you do a couple things. You do a pest analysis and you do a SWOT analysis, right? You do a SWOT analysis of yourself or your business or whatever, and the strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, right? You do a SWOT analysis of your life, and then you do a pest analysis, which is political, environmental, or economical, one of those, social, and technological. If those things can affect you, right? If they can affect you or what you're doing or your plans or something like that, you want to do those analysis. That's to keep everything focused, right? So you do a SWOT analysis, you do a pest analysis, and when it comes to real estate or whatever, when he does his analysis, he is saying, okay, when there is political uncertainty or social uncertainty, my business goes up. When people start to kind of panic a little bit or whatever, my business goes up. Things tend to get better for me. So you got to look at things like that. You may need to do a pest or a SWOT analysis for yourself and your situation. I pretty much had to do mine for my situation, because right now I'm financing things, all right? And I'm not recommending that to anybody or whatever, but, I got to buy a truck, buying a trailer, stuff like that. I don't recommend it because I hate debt, right? So I got debts and things like that. And those type of things can slow you down, okay? It can really hinder you. It can really slow you down. Put it like this here. All the money that you are sending towards debt could and should be going towards your building materials and the things you're trying to do on your land, right? And paying things off. So listen to me clearly. Every man has to do what he has to do, right? So I am not recommending someone go get into debt and finance this and all that. I'm not recommending that, okay? I'm shaking my head no, so no one can take the video and saying, oh, Israelite Prepper is, talking about just go get into debt and all that. I'm not saying that, okay? You do what you have to do. You know your situation intimately. I don't know your situation, right? But I'm just saying that if you are in debt, okay, and I'm not pointing the finger because I just told you I have some debt. If you are in debt, it can slow you down tremendously. And I say that because I know if I didn't have half the debt that I have, then I could be doing so much more. Okay, I could be doing so much more. I can buy so much more. I can move so much faster because this debt is like an albatross around our throats, choking the very life out of you, right? You don't want that. You don't need that. Right? So I'm not recommending going into debt, but I'm not going to condemn you if you are in debt. We all know, the Bible says, that the borrower is servant to the lender. So I understand. You become a slave to debt. So I am a slave, okay, because I have debt. But I'm saying some of you may decide to do some of those things or say, well, you know what? I need to finance me a trailer, or I need to finance the land. I can't I can't pay for the land all at once. I don't have that kind of money. I don't have 5, 10, 20, 30, $50,000 just stashed away and I'm just going to buy, land, lock, stock, and barrel. I can't do that. I understand. I get it. Okay. I get it. Don't let anyone judge you for how you're doing it. Don't let anyone judge you and make despair. Don't do this. Is your life. You have to live it. Okay, so don't let anyone judge you for that. You do it how you see fit and how the Most High guides you to do it. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. I'm not for to point a finger at anybody and say, "Oh, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do." Nope, nope, nope. I'm not doing that. Okay, you got to do what you got to do. I'm just chronicling my journey. The reason I do this channel, because I want to be of service to the community. Okay, if I screw up and make a mistake, I tell you about it and say, "Don't do that. I messed that up." That type of thing, and just kind of build and edify, one another, okay, and just point out different things, right? So that's the whole point of this. But we're gonna look at this article a little bit more. Let's look at it. Okay, it says time to run. All right, it says Bruce, who values his privacy, so would not let his full name be used, is buying 20 acres in remote North Carolina, where trees will become fuel and water springs from the land. He has lived most of his life in cities, New York included. But now the plan is to escape the urban jungle, a place of traffic, noise, poverty, crime, and much else Bruce dislikes. Quote, it reaches the point where we were tired of being on the defensive, Bruce, in his mid-50s, said of city life and the hazardous technical setup on which it relies. Okay, he said, I can't deal with this no more. I tap out. Misa, give up. I tap out. Amazon can deliver groceries in 2 hours, but will the grocery store have food 3 days after a large disaster? That's a question. He told the Thomas Reuters Foundation, noting the cataclysmic potential of a major disruption in electrical generation. Okay, you think about that. Okay, so he's basically saying, hey, listen, if those trucks stop running, how are you going to eat? Then yeah, I could be off grid. I can get my stuff, remotely. I can order from Amazon and get my stuff in a few hours. I can do all of that. But when things break down, okay, have you ever heard like an EMP? That's electrical and communications shut down. It's over. Okay, that's why they have alternative, technologies and things. But it forces you and I to think of contingencies. What am I going to do if? You got to go through these what if questions. Will you have everything buttoned up? For sure? Of course not. Okay. I mean, of course not. Things can go wrong. Things can, go awry. But, if you check off enough as possible, you're in a much, much better place than someone who didn't check off any boxes as far as preparedness is concerned. Right. So, he said, our hope is nothing like this happens. Okay. If he hopes none of that stuff happens. Okay. And, as a quick aside, most preppers, that's exactly how they feel. That's what most homesteaders feel. They hope no catastrophes happen. They're preparing, hoping none of it happens. Expect the best, prepare for the worst, right? That's really what it's all about. They hope none of this stuff happens. They hope no EMPs, no economic collapse, no martial law. They don't want any of that. No war. They don't want any of that. Okay. And then you get some people who may be like, that means that you prepare for nothing if none of that stuff happens. Doesn't make any sense. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, you're gonna get 2, 3 skibbity paps for that. Okay, that's crazy. Okay, you don't prepare, and I got all this food stores, and I got my alternative power. I got plenty of water. I'm ready to go. Dang, this sucks. I'm this prepared, and nothing bad happened. Come on. Are you crazy? Take this L and wear it well. If you think like that, no, wear this L. Wear this L. That's crazy. That's crazy. So, yeah, we hope nothing happens. I hope I'm super prepared and nothing happens. That's what I hope. Okay, it's ridiculous. But I've heard people say that. I've heard that. Another quote. He said, "But should it? So if something does happen, but should it, we'll be better prepared to survive in a rural setting where more food is grown locally, where we have land on which to raise food or livestock or hunt." Okay, that's the end of that quote there, right? I'm gonna get back to that. So he's just saying, look, you know what? If it happens, I get it. I get it. If it happens, I just want to be ready. I want to be as prepared as I can be. That's what he's saying. I'm trying to get as prepared as I can be. Okay. So let me go ahead. Let's get back to the article, shall we? The next headline, it says "Escape Tyranny." Okay, it's the same article, but it's going into a different headline. There it says "Escape Tyranny." Tyranny. It says often called survivalists or preppers. Hey, Israelite prepper. Many escapees twin an expectation of impending doom or outright social collapse with a deep disbelief in the government's ability to cope. Buying land or bug out property, derived from military slang for a retreat, is a priority with real estate networks compiling national lists of prepper lands. Okay, it's going to be a new thing, prepper lands. It's happening, guys. It's growing. Okay, it's growing. I mean, this article came out. This is a 2020 article. It came out in January, right? This is a 2020 article. Okay, most survivalist land purchases are in the mountains of the U.S., the Northwest, primarily Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming. And I'm gonna tell you right now, the population of those states are very, very low. And as far as survivalists, those are awesome states to live in. Okay, as far as being remote by yourself, what is it? 3 people in Montana? I mean, this is crazy, you know. And you're talking what it says? Yeah, primarily Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming. I mean, come on. What in the phenomenal Farfignugan? There's nobody in Wyoming. You don't know anybody in my. I don't know anyone in my Wyoming. Oh, come on. Come on. It's as far as population density. Those are great places. Okay, great places. Okay. But if you check out the video, perfect locations for living off grid. You check out that video, and none of these came up. But again, you got it depends on your criteria. It depends on your criteria. Okay, so in 2011, a blogger and former U.S. Army intelligence officer named James Wesley Rawls, he includes the comma in his name. Okay, so James Wesley Rawls wrote a widely circulated post urging freedom-loving Christians to move to the region of as a safe haven. Okay, that's interesting. He dubbed the area that American Redoubt and urged followers to buy land that will maximize your self sufficiency. Okay, this is a military intelligence officer. Okay, military intelligence officer. That okay, and this is what he's saying. He's like, look, you need to get out and and retreat, okay, and survive, okay, get somewhere where you can have self sufficiency, right? And continuing, it says, it is unclear how many heeded his call, but The Economist magazine estimated they numbered in the thousands of families. Thousands of families are moving to a place that is less densely populated to survive and live self sufficiently. That's what we've been talking about. Idaho, in particular, recorded a big influx. See? A big influx. All right. The state had one of the top U.S. growth rates in 2015 to 2016, driven in part by escapees from California and neighboring Washington state, according to Boise State Assistant Professor Jeffrey Lyons. Disaffected Californians make up a substantial number of clients from Black Rifle Real Estate, which says online that it helps people flee the city to the freedom and safety of rural America and the famed American Redoubt. Awesome marketing idea. I'm a marketing guy like that. Sales and marketing is my sweet spot, right? And that was very smart of them. When you the key is to find a trend and capitalize on said trend. Okay, that's the key. Capitalize on said trend. That's what you want to do, right? Now, broker Todd Savage said his business is at an all-time high, driven by frustration with how many U.S. cities are governed. Okay, now I'm gonna read that again. Broker Tom Savage said his business is at an all-time high, driven by frustration with how many U.S. cities are governed. They don't like the political. They don't like what's going on. You know, everybody's like, look, let me leave me. I'll leave you alone. You leave me alone. Let me get from around these people. Let me get some elbow room. Give me some elbow room. Okay. Continuing, most of our clients are now looking to sell their postage stamp size properties and make what we call a strategic relocation to a free state, Savage said in an email. This is exactly what we've been talking about. Okay, strategic relocation. All right, so again, go back to that video and look at some of the criteria in the different places. Okay, and one of the things you want to notice is which state come up on multiple lists, because in that video I gave multiple lists, right? And there's some states that hit pretty much every list. So that'll tell you something, right? But that's what's going on out there. People are saying, you know what, I'm going rural. I'm going to survival property. Okay, I'm getting out of here. Okay, now let's look at this. It says, driven by new demand, the company is expanding outside of the so-called redoubt to Arizona, which Savage said enjoys lower taxes and far looser gun controls than liberal California. Guys, I'm out here in Arizona, okay? I'm out here. I mean, I'm leaving, but I'm out here in Arizona, and it is true. I'm telling you, some of the land. Look at the land yourself, okay? I'm not gonna lie to you. Obviously, if you're gonna be around, Scottsdale, Phoenix, and Tucson, the land's expensive. We're talking about getting outside the city, okay? That's what we're talking about, and the land is pretty cheap. You go up um, northern Arizona, some of the land is a lot cheaper, right? Not Flagstaff, not that, but other places outside the major cities and stuff like that. Get a little ways away from the major cities, and you're gonna find some land that is really, really, really dirt cheap. Okay, some of it is really, really cheap. It's really, really good for that. Gun control, it's open carry out here. It's open. It's like the Wild Wild West out here. Open carry, and you're not hearing about a whole lot of people getting shot all the time, right? You don't hear it. Okay, you just don't hear it. I mean, does it happen? Of course, it happens everywhere where there's people. People can get shot. Okay, but what I'm saying, you compare those numbers to other places, and it's not even close. Okay, it's not even close. Not people just getting shot. People, because when you see somebody with a gun on their hip, you kind of think twice. Now, me personally, I don't open carry because I because yeah, because that's why. Because I don't want to be in the shoot first, ask questions later scenario. Okay. Um, so I don't open carry, but that just tell you how loose the gun control laws are. Compare that. Okay. I want you to appreciate the juxtaposition. Compare that to places that have strong gun control laws. It's not even close. The numbers don't lie. Compare that to places that have strong gun control laws. You want to know what the bottom line is? Is that, I don't know, the law abiding citizens are not carrying guns, but the criminals still are. Could that be it? You think that might be it? I don't know. But you got two law abiding citizens, both of them carrying guns, or neither one of them carrying guns. No one's getting shot. Go figure. Go figure. I mean, come on. Come on. All right, so it says, let's look right here. Driven by, let's read that again. Driven by new demand, the company is expanding outside of the so-called redoubt to Arizona, which Savage said enjoys lower taxes and far looser gun control than liberal California. Arizona is the new Idaho for many seeking relief from the tyranny of California. That's what's happening, guys. Okay, that is what's happening. Now, I mean, I'm out here in Arizona. It's not where I want to. I'm going to the Ozarks and all that. That's fine, but I'm telling you, some people make it. I see some people, they're making it happen out here. Okay, I'll put it like this here: if you know how to work your way around, not as much rainfall. Okay, I'm not gonna BS you guys. If you can work your way around like not so much rainfall or whatever, you can do well. You can do well. Okay. Now my initial idea when I'm moving out here, because I do have a piece of property out here that I want to sell because I want to go to the Ozarks. But my initial idea to come out here was to like grow community, just like like Straightway and stuff like that. Because many of you guys know, I teach the Bible on the other channel, Fountain of Israel, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get a ministry, and I bought 40 acres. I got 40 acres up here, and I wanted to just grow. I wanted to get I don't know, about 5 families, get us all together, and just build a community and stuff like that. A couple of things I learned. One, a lot of people are not serious. A lot of people are just not serious. I get inquiries and and emails and things like that, and they're like, "Well, brother, yeah, I want to come over there, and what do you think?" And da da da. Not serious, okay. When I'm saying some of the things that may be required, not serious. It's hard, okay? It's really tough. So in the meantime, I'm doing everything myself. Okay, I'm doing everything. Okay, I'm buying the land, I'm buying materials, I'm researching everything, I'm doing everything. And what people don't understand in the community, it takes a team. It takes a team of people to do that, right? If you're gonna go the community route, okay. I'm looking at like I said, just like you guys, I'll look at Straightway, and as far as an effectively building a community, they've done an excellent job. They've done an excellent job of buying lands and duplicating that same success. They've done a great job. Okay, I have no problem with that. I got no beef with that. Right. My problem is the people who are not like-minded, who are not serious. Okay, that's my problem. That people are just not serious. They're playing around with it. Okay, so anyway, I adjust, and some of you guys know that went to the marriage counselor conference over in Atlanta a few months back. We went to that, and I had a chance to have a nice intimate setting, sit down with Imagina and Elder Thomas Murray, and it was phenomenal. It was incredible, and I had to pivot. I started thinking about different things. So my goal changed from, hey, building a community and having 10 families together and or better, but I don't know, 10 seemed like to be the number. 10 on 40 acres and stuff. That seemed like that was the original vision. Okay, so that's what I wanted to do. And it changed because it's hard to get people to cooperate. You get a lot of people, and every organization, every community, it needs a leader. Okay, and but everyone wants to lead. Everyone wants to do. Yeah, exactly. Would have been all hands on deck. That's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be all hands on deck. I'm like, if I'm buying a bunch of solar panels and we're trying to make a solar array, I mean, just a bunch, right? But all that power isn't just for me and my family, it's for everybody in the community. If we're digging a well, the well isn't just for me, it's for everybody in the community. If we're planting in the gardens and we're planting carrots and potatoes and corn and whatnot, it's not just for me, it's for everybody. So all hands on deck, like Sister Lynn said, all hands on deck. But it is hard. See, what happens is you get a lot of people and they do this. They sit back, kick back, wait, see what you do, let you do all the work, and then they want to come join. Okay? Well, let me just see if you're gonna, whatever. No, because see, if I do that, now I don't want you to join me. I don't want you to come. I don't. I did all the back breaking labor or whatever. I have sweat equity. I have the financial equity and the sweat equity. You sat back, did what you wanted to do, and then you wanted to wait and see what happens. And now, I want to come help you out. Okay, not complaining is just a realization, right? So now, and that was just a quick aside there. I'm just kind of sidestepping right now. I'm just mumbling under my breath like I'm Popeye. Listen, I went over to the marriage conference, and Elder Murray just gave me a different vision. Okay, talking about being a patriarch, growing our tribe, leaving an inheritance, bringing up heirs, things like that, right? And as we look at their books and things like that. So I said, you know what? If I can get less acres, and I can bring up sons, I can bring up heirs, daughters like being there too, but you get what I'm saying. Bring up heirs and grow my own community, encourage others to do the same thing, to grow their land, grow their property and stuff like that, being able to leave an inheritance and all that. Um, so my vision changed. So I just said, okay, me, and then I'll do it. It's me, some helpmeets, and other patriarchs who are going to be doing the same thing. Okay, I help them on their land. Okay, I gain the skills, knowledge, and experience. I help them on their land, and they help me on my land. Patriarch helping patriarch, back and forth, right? Some people, they don't want nothing to do with an organized assembly and meeting up and going over the word on the Shabbat. They want to do self-study. I just study by myself. I'm by myself. I don't want to talk to nobody or anything. Some people are like that. Some people actually want to get together, okay, on Shabbat and say, oh, look, let's just go over the word, okay? You bring some words of exhortation, I'll bring some words of exhortation, and we'll go from there. We'll go over the word. Some people want to meet up like that in fellowship. That's great. I'm all for it, okay? I'm all for it. But in this model, you're able, you'll be able to do that, because the other model, man, it's rough. It is rough, man. Shalom, shalom, Michael Rivera. The other model is rough. Is it doable? Of course. You got ministries out there doing it. So I'm not going to be the one to say it's not doable and people are actually doing it. Okay, so it says embrace land. Conservatives are not alone in the new land rush. Did you get that? New land rush, guys. And it said Haynes said his clients in North Carolina are evenly split between survivalists and homesteaders, young, liberal, less affluent families seeking peace, quiet, and a sustainable life. Quote, when I started out in 1973, the big thing then was the Back to the Land movement, said Neil Shelton with the Ozark Land Company, a developer active in Missouri and Arkansas. What he is seeing now is a new iteration of that movement, he said, and one driven by innovation. The pre-built tiny home, typically 400 to 600 square feet. Okay, so this whole tiny home movement, I'm sure you guys heard of that. This whole tiny home movement is going on, right? Small structures have made home ownership more affordable. That is true, he said. For some, accelerating the new mood of escapism. Yes, sir, definitely escapism. This tiny house movement is the biggest thing I've seen since the 1970s, Shelton said. Kim Moore, 63, said she and her husband had bought nearly 60 acres in North Carolina after enjoying a holiday there. Quote, she said, I'm not a survivalist, but as much as possible, I like to live on the land, she said. Moore and her husband plan to build a series of small homes and create a co-housing community for family, friends, and others with similar values. She's building a community. She's building a community, which is exactly what I wanted to do, right? But again, a lot of people are not serious. But a lot of people will accept a handout. And if you build it, do it, and say, hey, come on, then a lot of people will do it on a handout. But putting your hand to the plow, really going after it, putting your money where your mouth is, putting your back into your hands, working, doing that, not a lot of people are willing to do that, unfortunately, okay? And I'm not poo-pooing anybody. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay. It says, we're coming to the end of the article. It said, I want it to be sustainable, something that isn't going to ruin the land, and something that's big enough that all of my friends can join in, she said. It's something that feeds my soul. It's just something that she really, 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 really want to do. It's just something she really wants to do, guys. So, just let you know, hey, it's coming out. I mean, it's about what we've been talking about. Okay, like I said, this is a new article. It's about this whole movement that's going on. Let me check out some of the comments you guys have put in there, and let me shout out to everyone once again, because I was reading and people were still kind of coming in a little bit. So Trees Thompson, shalom, shalom, my man, Trees Thompson. Let's see here, Lisi. I hope you're still there. Good to have you. Hope you're still there. Grant Hill, like I said, still in the house. All right, Lynn, appreciate it. Shalom, shalom. Appreciate you guys joining. M4 Johnny, the man, the myth, the legend, is in there. Misty Rose Lulu. Awesome. Okay. M4 Johnny's there again. Trees there. Okay. Talked about the asteroids there. Okay. Let's see here. Frank Stockton. Shalom, shalom. Enlighten One. What is going on? Shalom, shalom, family. All right, and what else we got? Some more. We got okay. Got the usual suspects there. Okay, J Car 3. It's all right. You relate. No big deal. No big deal. And we still have our brothers on there. Okay, and Lynn says, "I'm not in doubt, but I live off a zero income. You live off a zero income. So, Sister Lynn. Okay. Um, are you off grid already, Sister Lynn? I mean, I mean, I don't want to. You don't have to give me like exact location or anything like that. I mean, are you in the city or are you in the country or what's going on? Um, I'm sorry. Are you married? And I just mean because you say you live off zero income. So I'm saying you're living with someone or what's going on with that in that situation. So, um, but that's if you want to share. You don't have to. It's totally fine. Okay, let's see here. People going to take what you have during that time. Hard to prepare to millions of hungry mouths. Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be kind of hard there. Gonna be kind of hard. Yeah, the unprepared. Let's put it like this: the unprepared in that day, the unprepared will come after and look for and try to loot and take advantage of the prepared. Okay, so it's one thing to prepared, and then it's another thing to protect your preps. Okay, so that's some things that you really gotta consider and understand. If you go, um, the more long ranger you're going to be, then the more remote you need to be. Because a lot of people, there's a lot of pessimists, and they're like, I don't trust people. I don't be around people. They're gonna try to kill you. Okay, then you gotta get away from people. When you see people in, I looked at some off grid shows and stuff like that. Like you have people like in Africa. I mean, not Africa. I'm sorry, Alaska, and other remote places. I'm sorry, not Africa, but Alaska. Yeah, not gonna be a whole lot of drama. You got to worry about animals more than you got to worry about people, right? Not a whole lot of drama up there. Low crime, things like that. But it can be kind of tough. But if you can make it, hey, more power to you. If you can make it. All right. Yeah, Sister Lynn said had to be all hands on deck. Absolutely, absolutely. And Michael Rivera, Shabbat Shalom. Awesome having all you guys there. Okay, so this looks like this live stream is like 45 minutes. Sorry, I can't. I don't want to keep you guys, all day. Everybody's got things to do. But yeah, there's a couple other things that we could talk about. Some other articles. I just may just make a few videos out of it because I want to give all my butter muffins some content. I want all of you guys to kind of come in here and we edify one another. We talk to one another. To make Thai happen. Do you want to move to Thailand? I guess you want to move to Thailand or something like that. So, but anyway, I do pray that all that works out for you, Sister Lynn. I do. I pray all that works out for you, and that you're able to get what it is that you're looking for. So we are all going to keep one another in prayer. So if there's any if there's any prayer requests or whatever, let that be known also in the chat. If there's any prayer, hey, pray for me. Work out my debt, whatever. Pray for me. You need to find a job. Stuff like that. Whatever the case may be, you put that in there, and that's what we're here for. Okay, it's the least each of us can do. Okay, if we're going to be praying to the Messiah and everything, we got to come together. When two or more come together, there is in the midst. I understand digitally, that's not exactly the same. I understand they didn't have YouTube back then, but that doesn't stop us. That doesn't preclude us from actually trying to help and lift each other up in prayer. So if you have that, put it in the comment section, put it in the chat, whatever you need to do. So with that, guys, my whole mission, I want to grow the channel, reach multiple people, because I got a couple of milestones that I want to hit and really kind of get this thing going. That's why I wanted to refocus. I wanted to refocus and deliver some content and let you guys know what this channel is going to be about. Hebrew news, kind of like this. Okay, this could have been like Hebrew news. It's just a live stream, but I have Hebrew news where there's an article or something I need you guys to look out for. It could be articles about coronavirus, the fires and things that are happening, in Australia, the wars that are breaking out, stuff like that. That's Hebrew news, things that affect us, anything that's like in prophecy, right? In the Bible, anything that's going to affect you and what you want to do. And obviously, we're going to talk about homesteading, right? And then we can also talk about Bible topics, okay? So that's going to be what this channel is all about, okay? So let's see what J Car 3 is talking about here. My family's coming out last week of June, moving to Missouri. Pray for us as plans are fully underway for our exodus. Prayers greatly appreciated. Absolutely, J Card 3. Absolutely. Okay, I hope you guys got that. I mean, let's pray for the brother. He's trying to get in there because trying to get out. Because I can tell you right now, you guys have no idea the amount of obstacles. Okay, I've been trying to come out, right, and then I think I pushed it back once. But anyway, I bought some land originally, and then I canceled the contract. I bought some land out in Ozark, and I canceled the contract because it wasn't gonna be conducive to what I want to accomplish on the land, right? So that's a little bit of a setback. Then I was looking for other land, stuff like that. Then, got a brother who's gonna let me bring my trailer over to his property and stay there, work, learn, look for property, do whatever I got to do, right? And all that, do everything I got to do. Um, and then I was gonna be there. Actually, this month. Then I pushed it back a little bit because of the weather. I pushed it back a little bit. I said, let's try March. Let's try March. And so next month, and I'm just pushing it back because of the weather, right? Because I don't want to be pushing a trailer on icy road and snow and all that. I wanted to warm up a little bit, then get out there and prepare for the spring, stuff like that. And that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take our time, get on out there, make our way out there, and and get started, and get started. So, but I got to tell you, I mean, I was tempted to not go and hang back and just wait, longer, even longer. And don't get me wrong, if that's what someone has to do, if that's what I have to do, if the Most High say this is what you got to do, then that's what I got to do, right? But it's a lot of pushback, there's a lot of different reasons, right? A lot of different reasons, and there's a lot of pushback and a lot of obstacles get in your way. So just be aware of those things. Just be aware of those things that they're out there and just pushes you back. So hey, J Card 3, stay encouraged. Okay, stay encouraged. When you get to do stuff, that's when the heat gets turned up. When as soon as you decide to do something, you say, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Then it just seems like all the dominoes just seem to fall. You know what I'm saying? So I know how it is. I know how it is. That's why I come on here, to kind of share some of the things that I'm experiencing and just deliver it from you guys to see what nugget you can glean from it. Okay, this whatever you can glean from it. So with that, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. Um, and anyway, the topics that I'll be talking about. You know what I'll be covering. I'll be dropping some videos, keep you guys informed. Like I said, edified, informed, entertained, and we just gonna go from there. Let's just grow the channel. Share with other share with other people. Let them know. Let's meet over here. Let's have the conversation. Let's get it going. Let's get this thing percolating, guys. Love you guys. I will talk to you guys soon. Israelite Prepper, and I'm gonna see you